everybody, and a high five to you. It's really good of you to connect with me on my YouTube. I definitely appreciate your time with me. To tell you in detail what my YouTube is all about, it gives me great pleasure to do so. First of all, you must be wondering who I am and what my YouTube is going to talk about. Well, let's start with who I am. To begin with, I am Delphine Lever McDonald. I hail from India and I am an Anglo-Indian. I have been in the education field for almost 30 years. At the echelon in this domain for 16 years, I can be classified as a full-fledged trainer handling the international English courses such as IELTS, TOEFL and PTE. IELTS is affectionately called as IELTS and TOEFL is commonly called as TOEFL. But PTE is only called as PTE. Besides these three, I also handle the GRE classes, the SAT, which is well known as SAT, and GMAT. By being an active educationist, it has enhanced my cognizant on these courses. The primary purpose of my YouTube is to help and guide you with the right approach to the various segments in each module. Whether it is IELTS or TOEFL or PTA or GRE or SAT or GMAT. By paying attention to the enticers which you will come across in my YouTube, you will notice the knack, and quite obviously you will be able to connect your answers to the questions. Students will be guided on the apt approach to the writing tasks for IELTS according to its requirements. For example, for the students who are pursuing their studies abroad, they have to do the IELTS academics, and for those who are looking to work in a new country and settle down in a foreign country, they have to do the general. Now, I'm talking about the IELTS of the students. They have in the writing task 1, which is supposed to be graph. Now, how to write the graph, what to write in the graph is what I will be giving you the idea of the right graph language to use, and also the format for task 2, which is essays. Because if you're describing a graph, you are expected to use the right language, and that is the graph language. Now coming to the next one, which is PTE and TOEFL. Now I train the students to focus mainly on the listening skill because most of the segments are based on the listening skills. So when they listen to the audio, they need to identify the keyword, and once they're able to catch the main information in the listening, they will be able to match that information to the multiple choice answers and thereby selecting the right answer. Then for PTE, they have a segment where they get a picture and they have to describe the picture. So how much of information they can give regarding the picture in a concise manner and within a certain time, that is what I will be training the students. For TOEFL, I also train them to reiterate the perception of the content from a lecture or conversation, sometimes with reference to the extract. Now coming to GMAT and to SAT. These two courses divides the skills which is assessed on writing and language, and this writing and language test is broadly divided in two categories. The one is expression of ideas and the second is standard English conventions. Number one, expression of ideas questions focus on revision of text for topic development, organization, logic and cohesion, not forgetting the rhetorical effective use of language. And number two, standard of English conventions questions, they focus on editing text following the conventions of standard writing English sentence structures such as usage and very importantly punctuations, and not forgetting correcting the incorrect sentence which is in the passage and the right sentence is in the question, which will always come in a multiple choice. Now on to GRE. GRE has three segments of questions: sentence equivalence, text completion and reading comprehension. The test of GRE verbal is a combination of these three different segments of questions, which means you will only get 20 questions and you need to answer that in just 30 minutes. The choice of answers in GRE also is all multiple choice. You are not expected to write any word or type any word. You just got to select the right alphabet and click on it. I instill in the students who are doing the GRE the tactic to annex the keywords in the questions and then scan for the same in the passage, which will lead them to make the right choice as an answer. This is the main process of my teaching method. Now, PTE, TOEFL and IELTS, they are on the same wavelength. Three of them have the same 4 modules, which is listening, reading, writing and speaking. Only thing is, the order of these 4 modules are different in PTE, TOEFL or IELTS. Now the candidates will be tested on these 4 modules. The only difference is the approach to each course differs. In IELTS, definitely on the day you book your exam, you will get listening, reading and writing. And the speaking is always a split. Whereas TOEFL and PTE, both these exams are computer based, so you don't get the facility of the paper based, and it's all multiple choice. There are different segments for the PTE, but the modules are the same. The scoring for IELTS maximum is 9, and for PTE the maximum is 90, and for TOEFL the maximum is 120. Whereas for GRE, it begins with 400 and it goes to the maximum of 1600. After that, trust your instincts and connect to apex determiners. As you can see, my mobile number will be down and likewise my email, but I do request you earnestly to subscribe, to like and share. In this way, it's not only by you contributing the little tip or taps that you do, you are giving me the opportunity to spread my knowledge and also to help many who require any kind of standard in English or require the score to go abroad for further studies. So your subscribing, your liking and your sharing will help me, and more so for those who connect not only to my YouTube, eventually you can also connect to my online classes which I do give. So I hope to see you guys. Have a good day, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.